Welcome back to News Tonight on GH1 Television. My name is Sewa Amia. Moving on, some concerned beneficiaries of the Students' Loan Trust Fund have petitioned the President of the Republic of Ghana over the late disbursement of the student loans. And this, they say, is in clear breach of the Student Loan Trust Fund Act 2011 Act 820. Now, according to the beneficiaries, the applicants are to receive their loans in 2 weeks after application, but that has not been the case. The students say the late disbursement has affected the ability to pay fees, rent, and even purchase learning materials due to the delay of payments. I've been joined in the studio by George Ferguson Lane. He's a senior PRO for the Students' Loan Trust Fund. And I've also been joined by Divine Koha. He's a former Volta Regional NUCS president. Thank you for joining me, gentlemen. I'll start with you, George Ferguson. Are these complaints from the students true, and why are there delays? Why are we seeing any delays?
Okay, so let me start off by saying that I would like to apologize to all the affected students for the delay. We disbursed loans to over 30,000 students in 119 tertiary institutions, so a number of people have been affected, and we appreciate the inconvenience that they've gone through, because we know that students use the loans for all sorts of things. I mean, ranging from paying fees or accommodation to buying textbooks or for day-to-day expenses. So we appreciate their concerns, but it's for a number of reasons. I mean, you'd recall that at the beginning of the 2017-2018 academic year, the government thought it prudent to increase the loan amount, and it was increased significantly by 50%. What that did, the effect of that was that we saw a surge in the number of applications that we've been receiving, and that has put a strain on us. Let me say that we are working assiduously to rectify the situation, and I'm quite confident that by the end of this month we would have paid all those that we owe.
Okay, let me come to you, Divine. I mean, why did you find it necessary to petition the president? Had you exhausted all the channels to let your grievances known? Did you engage the Students' Loan Trust Fund? Did you engage the Ministry of Education? What did they tell you?
Okay, thank you so much. And our regards to all students of this country, especially students who have been affected significantly due to non-payment of these loans. We are very worried and concerned about the late disbursement of this fund. And as you said, we have exhausted to a larger extent all the channels. This coalition of concerned beneficiaries comprise of past student leaders, current student leaders, and even student beneficiaries. At every campus or in every region, we have student loan offices. And these offices are responsible for providing adequate information to the beneficiaries as to when their loans will be disbursed to them, or for what reasons the loans have not been given out to them. Students get to these zones and they are not given any information. At a point, when you call Student Loan Trust Fund office, they wouldn't pick your call. And we have evidences of that, because we have gotten information from within that because they do not know when fund will be available for them to disburse to the students, so they cannot give us any confirmative statement or as to when the loans will be paid. I mean, we are just surprised to hear that by the end of this month the loans will be paid. Why is this communication
exactly hidden? George, let me ask you, what has been the level of engagement between your outfit and the students? Did you keep them informed about the delays and what you're doing about it? Because he says that it gets to a time you call the office and nobody picks up the call.
Yeah. I'm quite surprised at what Divine is saying, because we've been engaging with the student leadership every step of the way. NUCS is in and out of our head office. In fact, just last week we met some of the leadership of NUCS, The Ghana National Union of Tertiary Students, we are in constant communication with them. Same with the SRCs of various institutions. So, I mean, to say that there has not been engagement with student leadership would be inaccurate. What I can say, I can understand the action they took. They are frustrated, but we've been engaging them every step of the way. And it's not as if we're sitting down with our hands in between our thighs. I mean, I've explained to you why we are where we are. And it is a situation we have. We're working towards it, and we're working towards it with the long-term view in mind. So this is not going to be a recurring situation.
You can assure Ghanaians that
we've been disbursing student loans since 2005.
No, but I'm saying that, can you assure Ghanaians that this will not recur again? That's
what I'm telling you. We've been in this business since 2005, and we haven't had this situation before.
Is that true?
Yes, there could be.
Divine, I mean, is that true?
Yes, for that,
yeah.
We applaud students' loan for that.
Okay.
I think the point he made as to, from the time the student loan was increased by 50%, that was when this issue started coming up.
Okay, but I mean, we don't have a lot of time, Divine.
Yeah.
Since you petitioned the president, have you heard anything from the presidency?
In fact, we have submitted our petition and waiting for a feedback before we got to hear from Student Loan Trust Fund that they would be appearing on the show with us today. So we are actually waiting to hear something from them again so that we can push further. So we are actually now holding on.
So you haven't petitioned the president
yet? No, we are holding on with our petition. We have our petition. Yes, we haven't sent it to the
president. But
president
now he's saying that you, by the end of the month, which is November, and November is just, it has a few days. Exactly. Wait, hold on. By the end of November, you all be sorted out. Would you still go ahead and give the president your petition?
Yes. This is because, you know, these students who have applied for students' loan are students, one, who do not have adequate financial support from their families.
But if by the end of the month you be sorted, you have, what will be the need to petition the president?
Some of these students must pay their school fees, must get registered for them to take the examination. Some of these students risk expulsion from examination halls due to non-payment of fees. They will be kicked out because exams is starting December.
We have to go. We have to go. But I mean, George here is assuring the entire Ghanaian community that by the end of November, you all will be sorted out. You still want to petition the president over what exactly?
It's their democratic right, but I
agree. But I mean, I just want to let me Divine quickly before we go.
Yes, we'll just give them that time. Wait till the end of this month to see if we would hear anything positive. If the account of these students will be hit by their loans, then would withdraw our petition.
All right, thank you very much for talking to us, gentlemen. George Ferguson Lane is the senior PRO for the Students' Loan Trust Fund, and Divine Koha is the Volta Regional NUCS president. And George here says that by the end of the month, all you students who have not received your monies will get it, and so at the end of the month you'd want to tell us when you get the money, because when you didn't get the money you came to us, right? Sure. Thank you for joining us, gentlemen. You're watching News Tonight. Let's move on with the rest of our stories, and this time to the Eastern region, and that region has recorded an increase in defilement cases this year. A total of 169 cases have been recorded from January to September this year, as compared to the 142 cases recorded in